Today is one of my favorite days of the whole year. It is a day for planning, organization, goal setting, and system creation. I am talking about a business planning day or CEO day. A day where you hit pause from all the daily busy work and you actually sit and think about the goals you have for 2025. You break them down and you reverse engineer them so you can actually achieve them. But today we're not going to do it here in my home office. We're going to the local library because I'm dying for a matcha and I need a clean and clear space where I can focus and be my best creative self. Are you ready? Let's get going. Business planning days like this are so important for any business, whether you're just starting or scaling up. It gives you the time to reflect, dream, and plan intentionally. Without a clear vision and systems to guide you, it is easy to get stuck in busy work instead of real progress. This is why I prioritize this day. All right, let's dive in. To make the most of this, I really suggest you grab a cup of your favorite drink and find a quiet place where you can be intentional and focus without any distractions. To get going, I suggest finding a couple of prompts and writing them down for yourself. Between Christmas and New Year's, I honestly always find so many good prompts on Instagram and YouTube, so I saved them specifically for today. And I just went to recap it before I got started, so I wrote down a couple of my favorite prompts that I really wanted to use during my planning, strategizing, and reflection session. I have a couple of my favorite ones here on the screen. Screenshot this to get you started on your business planning day.
So the first thing I'm doing is reflecting on the year that has passed and my goals I had for 2024. I'm basically just started out, so I didn't have massive goals, but there's still some things I wanted to achieve. And now I'm just going to look at the plan I made myself in the middle of the year for my business. And I'm going to just reflect on how that went, what could I improve, and basically give myself a clear mindset for 2025.
I'm quite a visual person, so I looked at the plan I had and I basically evaluated each point. I wrote some notes for myself, maybe things I thought I did well in 2024, or some things I thought I did poorly, or even looked at things that aren't relevant anymore. When you are starting a journey like this, I sometimes think we have all these big ideas of what it would be like. And once you actually start the process, take action, then things change. And then I started looking at the good and the bad of 2024. When you do a journey like this, I think it can be quite easy to get stuck on the big, big goals and stop celebrating the small wins. But I am trying to celebrate the small wins because it is actually about the journey and not only about the destination. And obviously, there are also things you can always improve. So that is something I also did during this process.
I realized that I made a lot of content for people who want to become a digital business manager, but I actually want to be a digital business manager and I'm becoming that myself. I need to create more content for small business owners instead of people who want to learn how to be a digital business manager because I need to try and gain a client. So I need to show them that I understand their problems and so forth. So that's the one thing I really am focusing on. Because of that, I'm going to do a bit of a deep dive on my business plan and how I would make this a reality. How am I going to actually secure my client and show people through my content what I can do?
So the main thing I looked at when looking at a business plan is who am I trying to serve? I'm trying to look at everything through the lens of the person I'm trying to serve because it's not about me, it's about the person. And I look at who they are, what do they want, what goals are they trying to achieve, and what are preventing them from achieving their goals, what is success for them, and where can I find them on the internet? Where do they live? Then I also look at the problem they are facing. I need to look at a very specific problem to solve so that my offer can be very clear. So I'm looking at problems are they facing? What are their pain points? How do they actually express these pain points? What words are they using? Not what words would I use? What emotions are they feeling? And how does this problem really look like? Am I interested in solving this problem? Because if I'm not interested in solving the problem, then maybe I'm doing the wrong thing again. How important is this problem to them? And so forth. Then I'm also looking at the product I can offer. What is the offer? What can I do to make this offer remarkable? Can I make it special in any way? Do I have unique selling propositions or any unfair advantages that I can bring to the table to solve a problem? I was also looking at what price range I'm willing to sell my services, as well as what would people be willing to pay for, especially if I'm a beginner. And should I validate my idea? Are there other competitors doing this? How can I stand out from my competitors? So the next thing I looked at was a basic funnel for myself. I want to do some traffic or lead generation. So I was considering how I will generate traffic, how will I capture leads and interests. And then obviously I need to look at how can I nurture these people that I brought to my page. How can I build trust with them? How can I create touch points with them? And how many touch points do I need to sell my services? And how can I show them what my personality is like, how it is to work with me, so that they are more likely to connect with me? And then I had to look at how I will sell, which methods of sales will I use, how often will I sell, and how will I create urgency or inspire immediate action? How will I convince somebody to do it now instead of save me for later and then forget about me? And the last thing I kept in mind with all of this was, how can I automate this or create a system for this? Because I want to try and reduce as much manual work as possible. And that is my aim for any business I work with and for myself, obviously. So if I'm going to set this up as a business, I need to come with the same approach. I also try to keep everything as basic as possible for now. I can always increase and improve and complicate things further, but right now for me, simplicity is key. So we are just going to try and keep it as basic as possible. Otherwise, you kind of run the risk of not implementing it well or correctly. And I believe quality over quantity. So I'm trying to rather do it properly and then learn from that as well, instead of just going full force ahead with like the most complicated things out there.
After I basically narrowed down a bit more on my niche and fixed a few problems and like really clarified my thinking, I'm now going to actually look at what I want, have a clear picture for my 2025 business wise. Obviously, you can do your personal goals at a different time. So yeah, I'm going to look at a big goal for 2025. Obviously, for me, it's currently to get my first client and what projects I really want to do. What projects are like back burner projects, not that important. And then I'm going to think about how I can actually break this down into something I can do per quarter, which quarter I would want to focus what on. And then I'm going to set some SMART goals. So watch one of the linked videos if you want to know a bit more about how to set proper goals so you can achieve them. And then I'm going to kind of reverse engineer how I'm going to do all of this with my 9 to 5, make it achievable daily or weekly. You need to have a weekly plan. You can't just go and hope for the best.
And as important as it is to set goals and get ready for 2025, it is also important to consider what you are planning and whether or not you will need additional help to achieve your goals that you are planning for yourself, and set time aside to prepare for the onboarding or hiring process if you need to do that, or otherwise you need to consider what can you take out of your plans so it is more achievable for you to get it done in the time frame that you are interested in. And if after all your planning you realize that you will need some help to reach your goals, please head over to my description and click the link to work with me. I would love to help you automate your business, introduce systems, help onboard people, manage teams, or manage projects for you.
Now that I basically looked at my goals and my vision and everything, I'm going to reverse engineer how I'm going to actually achieve this, because as I keep saying, systems are like everything. You can't really do it without it, I believe. I now need to think about my quarter one goals, and for me, I want to do a course on digital business management. I think it would help just to speed my process along. Obviously, you can learn all these things alone, but I don't think it's always feasible or as fast as I want it to be. And my goal for this year, the one big goal, is to quit my 9 to 5 and make this my main hustle instead of my side hustle. So I really would like to do a course. I want to get my first paying client. I kind of want to grow a newsletter. I think that's one of the best tools for marketing, but also it's like a place where you can give people insights. With algorithms, you're not really gaining followers. You're not always going to be shown to your followers via the algorithm. Even if you are following me on Instagram or YouTube, you're not always going to see my new videos. That's just how it works. So I want to really grow a newsletter where I really can show up for people. I also want to increase my subscribers on YouTube and Instagram. I'm trying to improve my organic reach, and I'm kind of thinking about doing some paid ads to sell my services, but I'm not really sure on that yet. I prefer organic because like it's cheaper, obviously, but we will see. So now I need to think about the main thing for me is to get my first paying client, because without that, yeah, like this is kind of all pointless. I want to be a digital business manager, not a content creator. So I need to get my first paying client, really help somebody, because that's really what I'd like to do. So I'm going to basically make a plan to do this. And then the rest is pretty easy. I just need to keep showing up, making content like I'm doing now, and improving my content strategy and so forth. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be planning out.
So what I'm doing here is reverse engineering how I would find my first client. I am thinking of doing it via organic leads, via content creation, and the other way is cold pitching. If you watch my creator portfolio video, you know that I created a customer relationship management system, but to actually do the work is a bit different. I need to actually go and do the work every week and every day to create cold pitches or content so that I can generate leads. And that's kind of what I'm planning here, at least for quarter one, because quarter two to four is a bit more loose at the moment. So we will see how that goes when we get there.
Business planning days like these are so important for your business, whether you're starting out or scaling up. It doesn't really matter, but they're important so that you can dream, scale, and plan intentionally, so you can actually achieve the goals and set systems in place, or at least think of a way you're going to achieve it. So you are making a plan and you're not just leaving it up to chance. So today I'm very happy with what I did and what I planned and the new clarity I've gained. So I think it is important for everyone to do this. Let me know in the comments if you are going to try this, and I'm really excited to see you in the next video. I think I'm going to do a vision board. So I have a little desktop background for my business so I can actually visualize what I'm trying to achieve. I think it is really important to do that because there are so many statistics about visualization, manifestation, and so forth. So I'm really going to try and do that. And if you are interested in seeing that, let me know. Otherwise, also follow me on Instagram so you can see a few more daily updates. I think I'll be more active there. And if this video helped you in any way or you found it inspiring, please consider subscribing to follow the journey of me becoming a digital business manager and to see any tips I'm going to give small business owners. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.